thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
Yes, nigga, YouTube, nigga.
There on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Fournette running out of the gun.
I missed the hole. I missed that.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
One nigga that like to stand 3 deep to another nigga that like to stand 3 deep.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game.
I know.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things out.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on.
Like,
3rd
what's
down.
tight end is good in the league?
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. They do go for it.
Come here, that nigga.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Ferguson, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in their play that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's the one side of the field, that chunky yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
His speed is only
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Upper 80s,
Early down steps to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
This is Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Jackson down on 3rd down. And it's intercepted.
Wow.
Picked off inside the 10. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night.
I tried to throw a
game,
low throw.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing,
two niggas
because
on spot.
they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away.
That better be a bullshit.
Tyus Bowser came in there
that's a
on
fucking
the blitz
safety.
and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Man.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Wentz on the drive.
That's a safety
for Sanders. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, you talk about safety first. Gosh, for such a rare play, kind of unbelievable how many Super Bowls recently have begun with a safety. Charles, you had, Tom Brady getting called for grounding against the Giants in Super Bowl 46.
Peyton Manning with the snap over his head in Super Bowl 48.
Yep, and now here's this one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right?
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 72 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Just had a long
Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Man, nigga ain't get no hand clap or nothing. Man, that's fucked up.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
I want it all.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change
that should have been a pick, man.
Up-tempo type of an offense. Just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing, maybe they'll do that.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw, it's Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Here's Wentz to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, McIntosh. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Wentz on the give to Sanders.
Oh, he got a bullshit.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10. And good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They'll run with Sanders. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in. Because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On the run, it's Fournette.
Oh, that's bullshit.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Mike 51. Here we go, T. Get off the field. Switch. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I got you, boy. Check. One twist. Kill.
Now Fournette.
How the fuck he cut over me, boy? That should have been a touchdown just now. Late for that time.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As the Ravens push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That's fielded in the end zone. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That kickoff return, 104 yards. As they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead.
I just got
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Switch. Check 43.
Now Leonard Fournette. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Man, and they don't know what to do next season.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. He'll have a 1st down.
That bullshit block he just got.
40. He's at the 30. And down to the 19-yard
that nigga
line.
sucked in Jamal Adams to a
play
block.
there for the Eagles. 54 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Working from the gun, Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Going deep depth. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson.
Throw the ball, man. This
he's
fucking game here, bro. This nigga did a 360 into him to throw the ball.
Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Yeah.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum of the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5.
Fucking fumble one of these times.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems. And this qualifies as a big problem.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
That nigga zoned the fuck out just now.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Oh, pass interference.
9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Oh, my fucking back,
the Ravens
nigga.
send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far.
Man.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And He'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Minnesota.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but
very
much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
I want to say it was that same season because they had somebody when they were doing construction,
love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Wentz escaping the pressure right. And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with 4.
Damn, bro.
And
they're going to be running
there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Tack McKinley drops him for a 4-yard loss there. And that brings up 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Dancing to his left. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Sanders. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Keep running with wins now.
So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the
but
first.
I'm doing quarterback contain, though.
When
That's
this
the
guy
crazy
play,
part.
when
You
Carson
telling
Wentz
niggas
takes
quarterback
off running the
contain?
football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Wentz now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way
they
to
say he
do
got the tattoo.
touchdowns.
Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
They should have went to Hispanic guy.
I thought he was. Yeah, they say he got real
Here's
tattoos
Jackson.
for that movie.
Over the middle, complete. That's Fletcher. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Well, if you're going to give him that kind of time, he's just going to shred you.
You might as well put a sofa out there for him. I mean, that's unbelievable, because I don't care who you are in coverage. With that amount of time, someone's going to shake free, and he's going to be able to throw the ball with a whole lot of confidence.
Just his, just the running. It did take away the one that made him run fast behind the line of scrimmage. It
He'll
took
get
that
a
one
nice
away.
chunk there on the first down run, and it's
And I
2nd and
noticed,
4.
like, that nigga was slow now when I was
Let's
breaking
talk
away
about
from
football 101 here, because
defensive
one of
end.
the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on
Yeah.
first down.
No, that's just so
Huge
fun.
difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Right, then truck.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, fuck.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson.
Bro,
look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They reach it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end.
Like, who's really mad? Like, the Mexicans are mad? Or
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And this
Man, that's fucking game.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down.
That nigga came down with that shit, bro. That should have been a fucking pick, bro. This fucking game is bullshit.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good.
And then they come back to the
tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the scores. The kicks away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
But they say he got the permanent tattoos. So that's the part everybody was like, really? That's the part thing I read. Yeah, my favorite one is one of my favorite ones is Eagle Eye. I love Eagle Eye.
Yeah, Eagle Eye was dope. Eagle Eye was dope.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
No, he had to go and apologize. He had to go apologize.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come
they brought that up. They brought that up when Deshaun apologized. They brought up Riley Cooper.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Jackson now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A handoff to Brown. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I know, I saw it go.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A shotgun give to Fournette. He's got the first down here inside the 30.
Look at the Fournette with the leapfrog.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's a fire-ass leapfrog.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of
see ball, trying to stop the clock.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Yeah.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now second
still
and
online.
4.
We still online. He can hear you. Be quiet. Be quiet.
I'm going back to you. Check foot.
You could be watching on
Here's a give to Fournette. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario,
and then Carter planning already,
as the clock hits zeros.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. He may try and run for this. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And they will take
Corey be coming out of wishbone next year. That nigga will have about full backs and everything on the team.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
That bitch had me confused for a quick second.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Brian, this nigga won't fumble.
A sizable gain there of 9 yards, but it's still 3rd and long.
Fuck.
So much of the game today,
once a game.
We're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Yes, another sack, baby.
He's taken down. Tyus Bowser in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden,
can't stand my little brother sometime. That nigga's stupid.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Yep,
so
I saw you with that statement.
On the cake there before the clock gets all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So
well, just take it. Let me keep my shit. You keep you. Yeah, you
lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
We are the champions, my friend.
Is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions.
Nigga, we going to Disney World, nigga.
And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists a Lombardi trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
Everybody get the answer back on the fucking draft, man. I'm gonna put this shit back here. That's what I'm saying.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season.
Have no
what
tackles,
a season
no sacks,
it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire
yeah,
crew doing a wonderful
no
job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
What? He's back on. Yeah, he's back in there. You hear me?
He back in?
Yeah. He's back in.
Woof. Long fall season, man. Long fall season.
Yeah, man. I knew one of us was gonna get it. I knew one of them Jackson boys had it in there.
Yeah, fucking Jackson boys. Jackson boys.
Going up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a
It's just 1 week. I'm about to cut all these niggas though.
I'ma make it happen. Now I choose reality, not going back to practice. You say that you're proud of me, I turn
all the niggas that's practice squad Hazard about to get cut. That nigga getting the party, man.
I just set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he don't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride.
Hop in the party, guys. Yeah, how you looking? What that says?
All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me?
How old is that nigga?
Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to You say that you proud of me, I turn my
nigga. I think my game just froze. My game just froze up. Hold on, I gotta reset my game, y'all.
Uh-huh.